The Lives of the Saints by Father Alban Butler. June 6th, Blessed Gerard of Monza. Monza, the ancient capital of Lombardy, venerates one of its citizens, Gerard Tintorio, as its principal patron saint. More than 2.5 centuries after his death, Saint Charles Borromeo revived his cult by promoting his cause and obtaining confirmation of it in 1518. He is honored not only in his hometown, but throughout the Diocese of Milan and also in the Diocese of Como. The saint, who came from a family of accompanied citizens, lost his parents when he was very young. When he came of age, he spent his patrimony in the construction of a hospital for the sick without resources, and, to tell the truth, he dedicated his whole life to its care. He went out in search of the sick poor and brought them to his hospital. He washed the lepers with his hands and welcomed newcomers with the kiss of peace. He would not shrink from any of the services he might render them, however unpleasant and burdensome they might be. It is not surprising that thanks to the blessed solicitude, or perhaps to his miracle-working powers, as was believed, countless sick people were restored to health. Gerard placed his institution under the protection of the canons of the cathedral, and for its administration drew up very prudent and practical regulations, which can still be read in the surviving copy of the original text. In a later period, the staff of the institute consisted mostly, if not entirely, of Franciscan Tertiaries. It was not only the sick who received the benefits of their charity, for there was no beggar who walked away from their door empty-handed. On one occasion, famine was declared in the city, and the demands were so numerous that the hospital warehouses were empty, and the attendant came in great alarm to inform Gerard that they were condemned to die of starvation. The blessed man said he was going to speak to God and gave himself to prayer. When the foreman returned to the storehouses, he found them so full of grain that he could hardly open the door, and in the cellar there was a stock of good wine. Another of the miracles attributed to Gerard explains the bunch of cherries that he carries in his hand in the paintings and images that represent him. Once, in the middle of winter, he asked permission to spend the night in prayer inside the church of San Juan Bautista. The sacristans were reluctant to grant him this permission, but one of them, out of mockery, told him that he would allow him to stay on condition that he could get him some cherries. Gerard agreed, and it is said that the next day he presented himself at the church with a bunch of fresh, ripe cherries for each of the sacristans. Blessed Gerard of Monza died on June 6, 1207.